Owen, in our outdoor Christmas tree market lot, and I am so excited about this. You're going to help us pick the perfect tree.
Absolutely. We've got a few great options, so hopefully something for everybody.
Oh, I like this. Okay, so where are we starting, Owen?
We're going to start right here with a white pine, and this is the provincial tree of Ontario, if anybody needs some trivia.
I love trivia.
Provincial tree of Ontario, white pine. So this is a tree that has long needles and has, I'm going to say, a traditional look to it. So I think a lot of folks might think of that longer needle with their tree, and this is an incredible fragrance is one of the things that pines have with them. It'll fill the whole house, right? We were talking where you just kind of want to...
It's like a cat.
Yeah, it smells amazing. So the one thing you want to consider with pines, though, is that their branching is kind of slender and it's not so strong. So if you're somebody who has maybe some bigger ornaments or heavy ornaments, probably not the best choice. But if you're going for something old school, maybe some tinsel, maybe some popcorn string, these are going to be amazing. Great for lights as well.
Yeah.
The other thing to consider with pines is that they will drop their needles a little quicker once they come inside the house. So don't set this up like a month before Christmas. You want to have this maybe 2 weeks before. Otherwise, you're just going to be sweeping up a lot of needles.
That's nobody needs more chores around this time of year.
No. So just hold off a little bit longer with these, and but a beautiful classic tree in the smell. Gorgeous.
That's fantastic. And what about this one here?
This is a balsam fir. So this is going to be the most popular tree kind of across the country. If you're from the Maritimes, these grow in massive forests out there. Really beautiful fragrance as well. Different than pine, different smell. What this is going to have going for it is shorter needles that are soft, so not prickly, which is a nice plus. And if you want more ornaments or heavier ornaments, this is a lot better. It'll hold weight better. So if you have maybe larger, heavier classic ornaments, these are going to be a lot better. Lots of sizes that these come in as well. So if you're looking for a tall tree, these are your friend. You're not going to be able to get big, tall pines. They don't. They only come in smaller sizes.
Okay, good to know.
So beautiful fragrance as well. They hold their needles really well. So tidier tree compared to the pine.
I do like a tidy tree.
Right?
All right, now where are we moving to next?
We're going to head up over here.
Okay.
So this is a different kind of pine. This is actually a Scots pine. So for folks coming from Europe, this is something that you're going to be more familiar with. One thing I'll say with this is it has pokey needles. They're a little prickly compared to the soft white pine. More of a blue-green color. And this, the branching is going to be a little bit stronger compared to the white pine. So if you've got some heavier ornaments, this will still work well. Of all of them, this might be the best smell. Like this is the one where when it's in the house, the whole house is going to smell like it, and it is fantastic.
That smells like it.
If you're maybe decorating with kids, not the most friendly for the decor. So you maybe want to take that into consideration, but very classic vibe. So if you're thinking like Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens vibes, Scots pine is your friend.
It does feel very UK.
Right?
Yes.
Right? Yes. It's got that classic vibe. So this is definitely somebody, if you're coming from, from the British tradition, you're probably looking for this kind of tree. They look great and they smell fantastic too. Same story with holding onto the needles though. Wait a little bit closer to Christmas before bringing it inside. That's going to be key. Otherwise, you'll be cleaning up a lot of needles.
Got it. So the longer the needle, the more cleanup you're doing.
Yeah. And
right
so
on.
leave them outside a little bit longer, no problem. And if you're somebody who wants to set the tree up early, not these. You want to go with the firs.
Okay, and we got one more fir over here, right?
Yes, and this is the one that's actually going to be the very best for holding onto its needles. This is a Fraser fir. So these are not native to Canada. Balsam are, but they're from the same sort of area. And the difference with these is the needle color is got this blue-green on the underside. So when you flip them up, you see this blue tone. The top is green. They look very, very similar. The fragrance is not quite as strong as balsam, but what this has going for it, they're very, very dense naturally, and they hold ornaments really well. So if you have bigger, heavier ornaments, this is your friend. Also, these will last a month and a half inside. So if you are somebody from the Orthodox tradition where Christmas a little bit later for you, Fraser fir is going to be by far my #1 reco. And the other thing that these have, the top of them tends to be stiff. So if you've got like a star or the angel that you're putting up there, it works really, really well for that.
Ooh, that is great. And where did you get all these trees, Owen?
These are from Downey Farms, which we visited to go check out pumpkins.
The pumpkin place.
That's right. So yeah, I love visiting, go out into the country, go pick out your tree. and buy local trees if you can. There are so many amazing Canadian producers, and yeah, if you can support local, love doing that.
Yeah, this is fantastic. And what are your tips for making sure it looks as good as possible?
So the number one is you have to make sure it gets a fresh cut at the bottom.
Yeah.
And if you get it done at the yard where you're picking the tree up, bring it inside as quick as you can.
Okay.
But if you're somebody who maybe you're going to do the cut yourself at home, right before you bring it in, that's really important. The water, it's critical. You have to make sure that you keep that water reservoir filled up.
Yeah.
And believe it.
Yeah.
You got to keep the reservoir filled up and use filtered water if you can, and room temp water is better. So if you kind of have a watering can that you maybe just fill that up with the water filter, make sure you never let the reservoir dry out. And for people with dogs, dogs will drink right out of here like it's candy. So keep a close eye out. It's really important, especially when you bring the tree in for the first time. Keep that reservoir filled or else it's going to drop a ton of needles on you.
This also makes me feel better because everyone gives cats a bad name when it comes to a Christmas tree, but dogs can do it too.
Oh, yeah. They don't tend to climb the tree quite as much, but they do drink all the water out of the bottom, so that's a problem.
Now, I did see you earlier when you were setting these babies up, giving these a good shake.
Yes, and this is one of the things where right before you bring it inside, do that. Like literally stand the tree up and vigorously shake it. You will find it'll drop a ton of needles outside, which is a lot better than dropping a ton of needles inside.
Good
So
tip.
do that beforehand. And a lot of tree yards will actually have a machine that does it for you, which is hilarious to watch. So, you know, if they have the shaker, get that done for sure.
Right on. Owen, a fantastic job. We got it all spruced up. And then to decorate it, we want to bring it inside a bit ahead, right?
Absolutely right. So yeah, bring it inside, let it thaw, let it take up the water for like a day or two before decorating it. So don't decorate the same day you bring it in, because what might happen is the branches fall down as it thaws out. So if you put a heavy ornament on it when it's tied up like this, then when the branch comes down, it might just fall right off onto the ground. So make sure that you let the branches fall first, which takes upwards of a couple of days. So let it totally thaw out first and then decorate.
Okay, then you know what you're actually working with there.
Yeah, you know the shape and you can actually figure out how to orient it properly. It's really important and it'll save on mess and save on cleanup.
Right on, man. Thank you so much for all these tips.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Don't get all sappy on me, but you did a tremendous job. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.